Jordan Fleming here from Game Changers again with another little teaser for BoostPM, our brand new supercharged workflow system for property management companies. Now, this time I'm going to focus on something I know everybody really wants because it's an area that a lot of the systems really fall down on, and that is workflow management and sequencing. Now, a sequence is something that we design in Podio, which allows you to create as many steps as you want from both tasks, emails, and text messages. And that means you can decide on what should happen day 1, 2, 3, 10, 30, 40, whatever the steps you want, and the sequences, once they're activated, will run those all for you. I'm going to give you a little bit of a preview of that today. Just a short demo. Now, in this case, I'm going to go and I'm going to run a sequence manually from a contact. So Andrew is CTO of Game Changers, and we're going to make him a late payment. So I'm going to quickly select a late payment sequence. This obviously, the selections of the sequences are things that we can do manually, or we can trigger so that other parts of the system select the sequences and activate them for you. In this case, latest payment sequence. It gets activated, and then you can see over here a new sequence has been created for this contact, and I can click on it and go straight to it. I've actually got it open in my tab. So if I refresh, we should now see 3 sequences, not 2. So we just created one. And so you see here a brand new active one for Andrew. Now, the way a sequence works is that it's a series of touches. Day 1, day 5. You basically say this touch is 4 days after the trigger date, 5 days after. Or we can do reverse sequences, where the sequence says this is the date and we work backwards. In this case, it's a forward sequence. And if I look at the sequence itself, which got automatically created, we see it's linked to everything it's needed to link so that the system knows what to do. We can see the focus date, which is because this was the sequence that triggered automatically. And we can see the touches involved in this. Now, here you can see that the first touch is called first reminder, and both have been completed. That's because if I go click into it, that first touch was actually 2 communications only. There was no tasks involved with this. It was just an immediate SMS and immediate reminder. So if I open up our comms log, we should now see a brand new text message. So a 7th for Andrew, or 9th. We've done that many. I've done a few tests. Andrew, this just happened, and we've sent out a text message. That's the email, and that's the text message. Both of those comms are logged against Andrew, so we've got the entire chain there. Email automatically out. An example of there. See, BoostPM, your immediate action is required. Both of those immediately logged. So that sequence got triggered. Late payment. Bam. Text message. Bam. Email message. Now going back to the actual sequence, if I go back to the touch template. Sorry, if I go back to the sequence itself and look at it, we can see this has been set, and they were immediately done because it's just communications. Now, the second one, this is actually not going to be done until the 16th of November. So if I click on that, we can see what's involved here. Here you can see the touch status. That's still active, so the touch is live. We've not canceled it, because of course with our tool, if something happens, you can cancel the whole sequence. So anything that's still to be done can be canceled rather than go individually. So for instance, they pay, we don't need to send them any reminders. They pay, cancel the sequence. In this case, you can see the communications are still active because they won't be triggered until the 16th. That's when we're going to send those communications. And the task is active, and that's because it's not been marked as completed. Now, the way sequences work with tasks is the whole task set. Say you set a task for day 2, 5, 10, 20, whatever. To whomever you set it in your template, all those tasks get immediately created so that we can see the workflow in front of us. But it's not marked as open, and it's not won't class itself to overdue until it's 1 day after it's actually due. In this case, the task is due, as you can see here, on the 16th. Now, if I just mark that as completed, so for instance, my guys have decided to do that early, you'll see that what ends up happening is that in the sequence here, the touch that we're managing it, it knows now that the tasks for this touch are completed. Now, I can go ahead and trigger, I believe, manually, what I think is send. Can't remember. I gotta remember what the actual command is here. But if I trigger the communications element of this sequence, i.e. these two, which technically aren't going to go out until the, until the 16th of November, I just triggered them. So now an email has gone out and a text message have gone out, and you'll see here now, the communication is complete, and it's also gone up because tasks complete and communication, it's now complete. Going back to that sequence, we can look and see now touch 1, everything's completed, touch 2, everything's completed. So as you can see, imagine here all those different processes that you have across your business, from late payments, new tenants, move-ins, move-outs. In Boost, you can set templates up for all of them, which involve tasks, automated emails, text messages. We can customize those for you. Different information could go in. Emails can be sent from any of your team members. Text messages can be sent containing different information. All of that set up at the template level so that you never have to worry about it. If a property has a move out, all of that gets created. The text gets sent on time. The emails get sent automatically. The tasks get loaded up. And so you have a whole list of what your workflow is. All of that happens in Boost automatically, and it brings in a hugely powerful workflow element here. So I hope you guys are excited. I know I've been posting some things on the Facebook groups. I'm going to be running some Podio webinars over the next couple of weeks, probably next month or so, just to give you guys some more information just about Podio in general. But we're really excited about Boost. We're almost at the launch point, almost at the point where we're going to start inviting people in. And I hope you can see how a sequence like this can automate a tremendous amount of your communication and can make sure that you never drop a task again. So until next time, see you later.